Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Last of Us Part 2. My name is I am Naughty Dog President Evan Wells, and I am here to tell you all about how perfect and well run my company is.
Oh
What the
boy.
fudge is this?
So
You see, guys. I want to make one thing perfectly clear. The development of this game was an absolute beauty. It was smooth. Nothing went wrong at all.
if it was smooth,
Yeah.
if it was smooth, then how come the game got delayed twice?
Well, you see, what's your name?
Pedro Duarte.
Okay. You see, Mr. Duarte. You see, basically, the reason we delayed the game is because we felt that it's because all developers agreed that stuff wasn't quite the way we wanted it. Okay, not the way Neil wanted it. It needed to be exactly his vision at any cost. I mean, whatever it took to get that vision done. So we just delayed the game until it was absolutely perfect.
I have a
and
question.
released the game with absolutely no problems.
What made you think it was a good idea to market the game, making us think that Joe was gonna play a big role? And don't you dare bring up Metal Gear Solid 2 to justify it, because I'm so tired of hearing that argument.
Oh, don't worry, I'm not going to bring up Metal Gear Solid 2.
What are you gonna bring up, an Infinity War?
Nothing actually, because I don't need to. I prefer to let the game speak for itself.
Yeah,
You see,
speaking of the game,
you see, if we advertise the game the way you plebs wanted it to be, then there'd be no surprises and no one would buy the game.
If you gave people what they wanted, wouldn't that sort of imply that they would probably buy the game more, rather than just have an admittedly good opening sale only to drop by 80%?
Yes, but what's your name, sir?
Jason Lewis.
Mr. Lewis, do you run a successful video game publisher?
But I do run a successful YouTube channel.
Hey Evan, you might want to learn how to pronounce people's names.
Yeah, sure. I'll actually no, I don't need to. You see. Here
I
at
understand
Naughty
my
Dog-
name because it's hard for English-speaking people to pronounce Portuguese words. That I understand, but Lewis is an English language name, so you should have no trouble.
You see, Mr. Duarte, we here at Naughty Dog absolutely, positively care about how strong and how clean our development process is, so much to the point that names just get in the way.
Speaking of strong, clean development
Do you assign everyone numbers or something?
Yeah, I was about to say, what's this all about, the devs having an absolutely terrible time with the development of this game, being forced to watch snuff films against their will, and talk of a possible pay bonus being revoked because the game supposedly wasn't going to come out in the proper amount of time until you eventually, so graciously released this game earlier than expected.
Well, you see, Mr. Lewis, I decided that all those people were just getting in the way. They weren't being cooperative enough. All they were doing was just hindering Neil and his excellent vision, so much so that I felt that it was up to him to ensure that development went smoothly. And yes, I know what you're going to say. Aren't you the president? Shouldn't you do something about those kinds of issues? Well, no, because you see, that's just how Neil works. I prefer to let him do what he wants to.
If it isn't my good
the one in charge.
If it isn't my good friend Evan Wells, my coworker.
Neil, it's so good to see you, man.
How are you, my good friend? Oh, I see that you're taking this turn educating the poor people about our brilliant company.
You're right.
Yeah. We're a beloved workplace the world over.
Exactly. I mean,
I'm switching to the alcohol.
we made Uncharted. So we're awesome.
Ever since we got rid of those hacks who ran Naughty Dog last time. I mean, hell, one of them couldn't run THQ properly. Ooh.
You know, for the record, what's this about company restructuring on your end? Kind of sounds a bit shady for supposedly a company that's doing oh so great.
What are you talking about? All we're doing is changing the names of some titles and moving people in different positions. What's up with that?
Yes, massive restructuring, and probably for therapy's sake, if I were to make an educated guess.
Yeah, what do you know about restructuring?
I literally took a college class on business structuring.
Oh, of course, a college class, because as we all know, an education is absolutely perfect. It's a perfect way to establish yourself as a valid critic.
Shiroi, you want to handle this one?
I am pretty sure I am pretty sure none of you can properly handle anything because you're just
but don't worry, Mr. Shiroi.
Mr. Shiroi. Okay.
Wow, that's a lot of flavors of wrong right there.
Evan, you can't say that, dude.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. We're meant to be the perfect company. We can't offend anybody.
Exactly.
For guys supposedly so woke as you guys, you completely called
that's the thing. I'm the one who's woke. Evan here is just kind of...
Jason.
Yeah.
Mr. Jason, how dare you insinuate that we don't try our best
to
do right by everybody?
Also, I found another contradiction right here.
Look.
What contradiction is it?
Well, Neil just said he doesn't expect either me or Jova to, competently do anything. But I thought women could do anything, Neil.
Well,
what's up with that, asshole?
Look.
That was just a slip of the tongue.
It was.
You see, working on this game was so stressful for Mr. Druckmann. It took a lot out of him.
Yes,
but you're the one who had the slip of the tongue, Evan.
Employees.
But anyway, while I'm here, I might as well take advantage of this time to offer my sincere apologies to Mr. Jason Lewis. You see, I'd like to apologize to you for The Last of Us Part 1.
What?
In The Last of Us Part 1, I had the African-American characters be killed within the first fourth of the game. That was a horrible decision on my part that was, I'm sure, very hurtful to you and your community. So I would like to handle my humblest apologies.
Yeah, we've all heard of that horror cliche where the black guy dies first, and we're against that at all costs.
Exactly.
Aren't they bad guys though?
No, you remember Ari and Sam, who helped Joel and Ellie for a bit.
I'll admit it's been a while since I played Uncharted 1.
We're talking about Last of Us Part 1, though.
Well, then you don't know what you're talking about, do you, Mr. College graduates?
Yeah, exactly.
Wait. Hold on. Oh, wait. Oh, you're talking about Last of Us 1 with the two brothers who died.
Exactly. So I would like to apologize for that, Mr. Lewis.
I mean, sure, it was a shame that they died, but at least it helped in showing how crapsack the world is and showing how you can get screwed out pretty well. And at least they got a good amount of story time developing
Mr. Lewis, in hindsight, I think maybe the fact that Joel's daughter dies 15 minutes into the game was enough to establish that this is a crapsack world. Killing minorities off in such a way we shouldn't have done that.
Exactly. Fortunately ever since I became vice president, I have installed a firm policy that will never allow that to happen ever again.
And as president, I am going to ensure that
from this point on,
along with all of Neil's other policies, are followed strictly.
From this point on, only Caucasian people die in our games.
Wait a minute. Objection! I'm sorry. You talk about having minorities die, but Nora was a minority. And yet you have her been killed by.
Isn't there another minority?
But Mr. Lewis, but Mr. Lewis, that's exactly why Ellie is evil. She killed a black woman. That's why she's evil.
Yeah, in fact, she killed her more brutally than any of the other characters she's killed. That proves how evil she is now.
Yes. But weren't you guys saying that you were going to go on the policy of not killing minorities? Like,
yeah, but you see, Mr. Jova, sometimes in order to establish our story the way we want it to be established, sometimes we have to go against what we said earlier. But it's for the greater good of the narrative, you know?
Exactly.
You literally just admitted to double speech and pretty much going back on your word there. You do realize, Evan.
You're trying
it
desperately
doesn't-
to make us hate Ellie, and it's just
you know,
not really
it
working
doesn't-
so far.
It doesn't matter. People will like her game anyway.
You
I
know-
see no reason to change anything.
Mr. Lewis,
Yeah, oh yeah, people sure love your game here. Have you seen all these reviews on YouTube that are speaking
Yeah,
of nothing but praise?
those reviews are full of nothing but misogynistic, racist, anti-Semitic assholes who are not worth our time at all. Are you saying you're an anti-Semitic, Mr. Jason?
in fact, Mr. Lewis, you seem
No,
very
I'm
hateful.
saying that I'm none of those things, and I still don't like your game.
In fact, Mr. Lewis, you seem very hateful in the way you speak.
Do I really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
you're hating on our game, so clearly you're hateful. You're so full
no,
of hate.
But hold on. But don't you guys hate the supposedly racist, bigoted people? Like, isn't by your bout of definition, hating anything, whether or not it's for the good of mankind or not, is apparently wrong.
Well,
But he's giving you constructive criticism.
no. That's the thing. We
Yeah.
appreciate criticism as long as it's
Yeah, you see-
criticism. As long as it's nice criticism that still acknowledges that we're great.
You see, Miss Shiroy, constructive criticism has been twisted and warped now into being nothing more than just an excuse for people to spew their hateful rhetoric towards us.
Exactly.
Hateful rhetoric. There are people who literally say that they would have liked the characters if not for a certain aspect or not.
I can't go through a single comment section online without all the comments being how one of our characters looks like a man, or there's
And
black
those people are
in here.
assholes, but that doesn't dismiss the actual criticism.
Also, boo freaking who? Yes, there's always going to be some terrible people in any medium. Shouldn't you, the people who actually control the games, take in mind to try and, filter out the obviously crap responses and pay mind to people who are giving legit criticism
The
here
block
and
button
there?
is there for a reason,
But-
and
but
I know
you
one
see-
of you
you
has
see-
been very liberal with that.
But you see, Miss Shiroy, there, I finally got your name right. Are you happy now?
Yes.
These
you also
people,
got Jenny right.
these people
see,
are
if-
never happy with whatever we do. It's
see-
tough
Yeah, I
being
know, Neil,
it's tough being a genius.
Yeah, I know, and it's tough being a guy who just sits there. Basically, Miss Shiroy, if we did that, then we justifiably get hatred from the internet for censorship.
It's funny because you guys have an explicit sex scene, yet Sony will censor almost any other sex scene, so I'm sensing about a favoritism here.
Well, you have to.
But don't you see, Jova, that sex scene was to establish how pure and loving our protagonist is.
Ain't
No,
nothing
it
pure
wasn't.
about any of that.
There was nothing pure about it. It's literally her practically pressuring the guy into sex after he clearly was against her actions there. There was nothing pure about it. It was one of the ugliest sex scenes whatsoever. And it will
So what you're saying is that you're
You're against true love?
Yes.
No. I'm against horribly rendered love that pretty much has no bearing on
What
the
do you
plot
know? You probably
whatsoever.
never made love in your life.
Not just that. You're most likely just a virgin.
Yeah, virgin.
Sexist
It's
gamer.
now.
So who
So
cares?
you guys are now resorting to playground bully tactics. That's nice.
You
Playground
can no
bullying?
longer
I
hold
resent
up your
that.
arguments, and now you're bullying him.
I resent that, Mr. Hex.
People have sent me death threats. You want to talk to me about bullying?
Hey, I've gotten
Report those people. That is internet harassment is a legit crime. Report those people. You have money and power.
I could, Miss Shiro, but I'm a Puritan saint, so I choose to be above that.
Translation, you just want a pity party for the death threats, even though in reality those could be easily dealt with.
You know, they just sound so hateful. Sometimes it's really hard to just talk to people, Evan. You know what, Evan? We should
maybe you should go and find people who are better to talk to then, I guess.
Remember 10 years ago? It was so much easier. Now there's so much hatred everywhere. People keep attacking me verbally wherever I go.
Exactly.
Because they say I don't do anything.
The world, what's the world coming to?
I do things for those people, you know. I sign their checks.
Evan, you literally said a few minutes ago that you have such a hard time sitting at your desk barely doing anything here. You're making an entire Ace Attorney game out of your contradictions, buddy.
He sits there and exists. Like,
why are you bringing up that outdated, horribly misogynistic franchise in my ears, Mr.
Hey, the women are awesome. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, seriously, the women in that game are pretty awesome.
Yeah, but have you ever seen the character design of that one character, Mia Fey? That design is so over-sexualized. It's so harmful to women.
Why are boobs inherently sexual to you?
Our friend Anita Sarkeesian told us and enlightened us about this whole affair. You know.
Look.
Besides, those games are full of outdated stereotypes with women. One of the main characters, every time she shows up, she either gets arrested or kidnapped all of the time.
And yet she still manages to be capable, even in cases like when she was kidnapped or when arrested, is able to use her spirit channeling to help the main protagonist out quite well.
Also, have you read any of her dialogue? I'm surprised she hasn't murdered anyone.
There, that too,
Yes, but you see, guys, that's the only thing that's like window dressing, you know. I mean, it takes a lot of craft and effort to make a female character believable. All they did to try and hide the fact that she's a damsel in distress, which is such an outdated trope, is give her quote-unquote funny lines.
No, except, you know, she literally did use the spirit channeling to help in the long run of things.
All she does is become her older sister, reinforcing that stereotype of big-breasted women that is harmful to our message.
Exactly. You mean aside from the fact that her big sister is a constant big help, and is also one of the main reasons that the main protagonist is still up.
Like one of the most pragmatic characters in the series.
But wait a minute, didn't Mr. Duarte did Mr. Duarte make constant references at her uselessness?
Oh, well, you know, he just didn't know better at the time there, but we've enlightened him on that. Not to mention the fact that you can't call the character who is literally the main reason that Phoenix Wright is alive useless, seeing as how at the start of Trials and Tribulations, it's shown that she got him off the hook for being accused of murder.
But she's barely a character in the first game. In the second game she's in, she dies.
The main issue with...
No, she dies in a game where she can be brought back by spirit channeling so she can still be useful.
So harmful.
If Ace Attorney knew what it was doing, it would have Athena Sykes become the series' full-blown protagonist and get rid of the other characters.
And risk alienating fans of the originals.
Fans of the originals should love that prospect, unless they're of course sexist pigs who can handle the fact that they're playing as a female.
Idea of just flipping between the free characters. I'm fine with that.
So legit question.
Well, Miss that's because you were brainwashed by the patriarchy.
No, it's because they're all lovely people.
For shame.
Also, are you suggesting that literally the only reason people would have needed to like Athena was the fact that she was female?
Yes, because we're all for representation here at Naughty Dog.
Exactly.
Just without the effort.
Evan, you do realize that falls under the definition of being sexist, literally giving preference to somebody based on their gender alone, right?
Yes, but you see,
but don't you see?
We here were tired of the patriarchy. We were tired of the men being seen as the sympathetic soul.
Not just that, but
if you really feel that way, by that logic.
I don't know about you, but I have no sympathy for people like Damon Gant and Manfred von Karma.
Not just that. Not what my friend Evan said, but at the same time, how many games star male protagonists? It's horrible how the ratio is so unbalanced. So, as at Naughty Dog, we're trying our best to try to tilt the scales into a more balanced structure. And as a result, we need to basically have a lot of female protagonists in our games to make sure.
Yes, but you need to give them the personality to go along with it. You can't just have them, be women. Like,
Not only that, but what dictated that Joel had to die? Like, just to make Ellie playable, and maybe if it be that Joel's getting too old for this.
Because Neil's judgment was sound, and as president of the company, I 100% trust his judgment.
Thank you.
I mean, Ellie and Dina aren't uninteresting. No, yeah, pretty much. But they're just, like, okay, they're lovely people, I should say, but they're just like the most average of average couples. Like, they're just like, what is there to them? I mean, they're not inherently bad characters, but...
For shame, I thought you, of all people, would be happy that we're making a huge effort to include LGBT representation in our games.
Exactly.
Look, I'll just say it right now.
Move the goalpost, why don't you?
Look. I'll say it like this. I treat LGBT couples like I do regular couples in entertainment media. So, okay, they're the same-sex couple. Still, write them.
Wait a minute, Mr. Hexion. Are you saying the way you phrased that sentence just now? Are you saying LGBT couples are not regular couples?
No, what I said is that you should treat them like regular couples. In that, I mean, treat them like heterosexual couples.
Like, there's very little difference.
Yeah,
like as they are as couples, that. Like, there's little that needs to be changed. The only thing that's different is the way society looks at them.
And that's what I did. And that's
the sheer nerve of these people.
Let me say it, Evan. But that's what I did, Miss Shiroi. I wrote. That's why I have moments where Ellie and Dean are talking about their past, like where Dean is talking about her Jewish history with Ellie. So they do talk like normal people.
You didn't write them like a normal couple. You wrote them like a bland couple.
Well, there are bland people in the world.
Does that make
you want a couple who are just a nice couple, but also have a lot of charisma, both on their own and together?
Sorry, Mr. Druckmann. I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at the sheer hatred coming from
Exactly. Are you implying that bland people are not allowed to be depicted in media?
I'm sorry, you were saying, Shiroi?
Interrupted, but
You didn't answer our question.
Yes.
I'll get to your damn question. Your couple should, I mean, obviously they probably need to be less adorable for a scene like this, but a couple should have as much personality and charisma, both as individuals and as a couple, as, say, Rapunzel and Eugene.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you see...
Who are absolutely wonderful to watch. Again, either together or on their own.
Yeah, but you see, that's a horrible example. Why would a person as lovely as Princess Aurora ever fall for such a sexist pig like Eugene or whatever he's calling himself?
She hit him in the face several times with a frying pan when she first met him.
Evan, did you seriously mix up Rapunzel with Aurora?
Well, you see, Mr. Lewis, we at Naughty Dog, we don't really... Disney is a terrible, evil company.
I mean, those examples all just blend together because of how lazy they are.
They remake their movies over and over and over, whereas me and Evan, we focus on original content. Yeah, we made a sequel recently, but we're now making a new IP for the PS5, so it's okay.
And a lot of people are dreading it thanks to this game. Good job, guys. Good job.
They would dread it, the pigs.
Exactly.
You could keep calling your all pigs, or maybe you could listen to criticism that guarantees that you won't go the way of Quantic Dream, because when was the last time we heard about Quantic Dream? Years ago. Haven't heard from them since. It's almost like not listening to criticism and improving can be the downfall of a company.
And I'll notice this particular interesting difference in the gameplay. Notice how in order to kill a brute, in this game you have to use your shiv, because since they're brutes, they cannot just be strangled normally. So
aren't they supposed to be some elite mooks that were tough to take down, yet Abby can just take them down in one hit?
But Abby's so strong that she can do it so well.
And besides, they're men. They all die the same anyway.
Exactly.
Never mind the fact that you have women die just as easily in this game, too, so I don't know what the hell
Well, there you go, Mr. Lewis. There's a brute woman, Scar, who's about to take down Abby. So there you go. See,
And yet somehow-
that should tell you how unbiased I am. See, now I'm having her be taken out by enemies.
And yet, for somehow, the female brute doesn't seem as bulky as Abby still.
See, you guys have been accusing me of favoritism. See, as you can see, Abby's actually being taken down by her enemies. See?
Yeah. See? Now, see? You people are just never happy, are you? In fact, you know what? I'm through with trying to reason with these people.
Same.
I try my best to come up with constructive arguments against what they're saying, and all they do is throw it back at my face like the misogynist pigs that they are.
There's just no reasoning with these people, Evan. It's just like, we should just go back to Naughty Dog and do what we do best, make video games.
Yeah,
so,
because we're just
okay,
going to keep talking about the issues with your game.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
so
You do not
go-
want to listen to this.
Okay, I'm gonna go. You know what? Screw you all. I'm gonna go right back to my office and run it like the tight ship that it is. Goodbye.
All right,
Never so
see you as
tight,
well.
sinking ship.
Are they
Well,
gone?
yeah, I think they're gone. All right, folks.
Oh my
See you for the next. We'll see you for the next part.
Where hopefully Pedro and Dwibs will have returned.
Hopefully.